So yes, we are going to play the demo of Ball X Pit, or Ball and Pit, whatever, but regardless, this is a strange fusion between a brick-breaking game, base-building survival game, and a rogue simulator. It was shown first at Summer Game Fest, and it piqued my interest because I like ball-breaking games in video games. And yeah. Now, let's see what you said. What if I made my PNG on a 45-degree angle so I could get the most height out of the image and just rotate the program in OBS? Nobody's stopping you from doing that. So, let's see. So what I'm going to show you is the settings. So, oh, I also have to adjust limiter for the audio. There we go. Okay. So, this is more or less standard options. Screen shake, controller vibrations, FPS, blah 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 blah. Okay, so good. So far so good. Then we have our usual settings for visuals. Of course, I take off bloom. I also take off chromatic aberration because I hate this effect. We are going to leave in the CRT effect and the vignette effect for now. But look at those audio options. These are the audio options. Disable enemy chanting, music volume, overall SFX volume, interface SFX, special ball SFX, baby ball SFX, boss SFX, enemy vocalization SFX, other enemy SFX, pickup SFX, shooting SFX, miscellaneous players SFX, harvest SFX, base management SFX. Yes, those are all individual volume sliders. This is insane. I have never seen a game using that many. And don't misunderstand me, I like it. This is great. Now, the critic point that I mentioned before that I still have about this is that it doesn't make a sound when I change it. Because now I would like to hear the specific sound that is influenced by this. That is the last thing that is missing. Granted, this is only a demo, so there's a good chance the developer will implement this in the final game. So yeah, I set the audio, we will see, and I will adjust on the go, because that is usually all I can do. So what is the premise of the game? The premise is this here. This is Babylon. This is not Babylon, it's Babylon. And it will be destroyed by a giant ball. And we are going to go into a deep, deep pit that is left of Babylon to rebuild it and gather resources down there. That is the promise of the game. So let's see what the demo is giving us. Babylon has fallen. A pit is all that remains. Now treasure seeker flock to explore the depths. That was quite loud. Layer 1, the Boneyard. And this is perfect because I see I need to move my character a little bit to the left. Okay, this is good. Nice music, by the way. Move your character. Aim with right stick, shoot with right trigger. Collect gems to gain XP. The music is a little bit too loud. I like the music, but I have to set it here because otherwise it's too loud. Okay. So it has RPG elements. You have endurance, strength, leadership, speed, dexterity, intelligence. By the way, which a thing we have not seen yet in the demo, there are also various different characters that you can play. There's a scaling system. Okay. Oh god, we have 0.32% crit chance. That's pretty sad. Okay, but apparently we cannot choose which attribute we are going to level up. It is given to us. Maybe that will change in the final release. Who knows? Okay. I also get a new ball. Iron. 52 to 92 hit damage, deals double damage but moves 40% slower. Ah, so I can select an upgrade. Upgrade ball. Bleed. Inflicts 4 stacks of bleed. Bleeding enemies receive 1 damage per stack when hit by a ball. Maximum 11 stacks. Bandage roll. Shoot 1 to 2 baby balls each time you're healed. I'll take bleeding. I like this. Enemies will attack you if they get close to you or reach the bottom of the screen. Yes. Y to toggle auto firing. You walk slower while shooting. So, the enemy shouting is definitely too loud. So you can disable this completely if you want. Okay, so it is enemy vocalization. When they die or chanting when they get near. Yeah, I'll take that down by 2. Is this better? You can adjust the game speed, yes. But right now, I have other problems. Okay, magic staff increase area of effect damage, such as earthquake, laser and lightning by 20%. Sapphire hilted dagger increase crit chance to 30% when hitting enemies on their left side. That is very specific. Poison. Applies 1 stack of poison, max 5 stacks. Poison lasts for 6 seconds and each stack deals damage. Yeah, that is clear. I'll take the dagger. Yeah, and I failed. This is basically your usual experience with any rogue similar game. You start and you get destroyed, and then you become stronger and do it again and get destroyed a little bit later, and then you do it all over again. Welcome to New Babylon, your home base. Cool! Press Y to open up the sidebar. Let's plant some wheat to get started. Open the build menu. Select wheat field from the list. Sidebar opening, build to place a forest tile. Okay. Sidebar. Now you have some resource tiles. You have to send out someone to harvest them. Aim towards the resource and right trigger to send the worker off together. Can I double? I can. There's also a harvest clock, so you have only a limited amount of time to gather stuff. Bountiful harvest. 1 wheat and 1 wood. Cool. Okay, so you can also upgrade each field. You can rearrange, which I'm very happy to see. One of the biggest problems with most base building games is usually that when you place it down, it cannot be moved, which is terrible. I would probably say that I would also prefer to have a blueprint system. And what I mean with blueprint system is basically for any game you ever have played when it comes to base building or just building a town, a civilization or whatever, is why is it so complicated to implement a blueprint system? Which means you can basically already blueprinting your entire field out the way you want it to look like in the future. It only exists as an overlay, it doesn't exist as a building, but the moment you can build, you literally go to the blueprint, press on it and go like, go build. Because that makes planning so much easier, and I don't understand why so many games don't do that. Especially when you play things like, let's say, Anno. Civilization is probably less of a problem, but especially in Anno, for example, it took until the last release of Anno to be able to move existing structure from one place to another, which makes no sense. So what I personally would say to the developer here is probably, and I have not yet much experience with the base building aspect of the game, of course, but I can see that probably the base building will include some synchronization between buildings. You know, like this building should be placed near this field, and these fields would increase the yield of this other field. I would also say that here probably a blueprint system would be useful. At least they give you the rearranged functionality for that, and I guess that is their solution to blueprinting. But here's the other problem, and I want to try this out. So if I put this field on the place of the other field, it will automatically switch. Not bad. Let's put it here because I want to try something out. Okay, so it will, if you go with one field over the other field, it will always exchange places from where you took it off. I was wondering, what if I go from below onto the field? Will it push the field upwards? Hi Mono, how are you doing? But no, it will always go to the place your other object has been. Okay. That's good to know. Like I said, I don't have much experience. What you also can place down here. Let's see, options, expand. Expansion is not available in the demo. Rearrange, build. Okay, so far I see only resources to be built. There's warfare and there's housing, but I guess these two will not be in the demo. Doing gay, thanks for asking. What about me? I'm also doing gay and doing well, thank you. So yeah, I cannot yet judge and say like that a blueprint system is necessary in this. But who knows? So yeah, as you can see, there are other characters, but we are having only this one. So let's play again. That was loud. Reminder, you can press Y to toggle autofire. Fine. Certainly takes a moment to get used to it, especially since you are doing multiple things while playing. You have to pick up the XP points on the floor because they are not automatically picked up. Ruby-hilted dagger increase crit chance to 15% when hitting enemies in the back. Freeze have 4% chance to freeze enemies for 5 seconds. Frozen enemies receive 25% more damage. And Jeff's raid is incoming. I'll take the freeze. Okay. I feel like the chanting is still too loud. Vampire? Each hit has a 3% chance of healing 1 health. Brood Mother has a 25% chance of birthing a baby ball each time it hits an enemy. Laser Horizontal deals damage to all enemies in the same row, which is nice. I'll take the laser. Thank you. Vision. Vision randomly levels up your equipment 1 or more times. Who is Jeff, and should I be concerned? You should be concerned. As should everybody. Jeff is ruthless. Do we know Jeff? Sadly we do, yes. Whoa! Okay. Decrease damage taken by 10. Balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. We hate Jeff. Yes. When enemy is frozen, they emit a chill to nearby enemies that deal damage. Okay. Goes through enemies and deals 25 bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. Curse their family for 9 generations. Yes. I'll take this. Vision upgrade. Okay. Whoa! I will sacrifice a chicken if I have to, or even a duck, or a certain cat. Wow! Don't be mean to kitties. Stack of burn. Freeze. I feel like some burning is in order. Increase movement speed by 10% and move at full speed while shooting. I'll take that because that makes a huge difference. But I also feel I should adjust the volume a little bit. Also, add start probably in 30 seconds. Chef raid incoming. Let's see. Base management. Harvest. For the player getting hit and other miscellaneous actions. Pickup is mostly okay. Let's put down the enemy a little bit. Boss. Baby ball, special ball. Overall. Chef, no! There's a good... Yeah. 15 seconds. Prepare your bodies. I will wait. Goodbye, chat. Part of our chat has been raided. It is sad to see. Yeah, let's leave it at that for the moment. It's quite nice music. It's nice music, but I wish it had like a little bit of dynamic in it. I usually are a big fan of like dynamic music that adds more audio lines to a track for specific situations, or subtracts or disables certain audio lines for it. The best example is like when games basically do the thing like when you jump into water, that the music gets like muffled because you're underwater, which is amazing. Or if the action picks up, the music suddenly becomes more action heavy. It's like, I like those kinds of tricks when video games do that, because it's really cool. And it keeps the music interesting for the most part. This is a nice track that will not really go on your nerves, but you notice how it loops and loops. Jeff is almost done. 20 seconds. Stretchies. Indeed. And welcome back, chat. You survived, Jeff. Good. Let us continue. Yeah, now it's better. Whoa! Okay, I had no time so far to really look at my left and right side. I see a special bar is filling up. Oh no, that's my XP bar. The red is my health. Okay, what is this? Slingshot, 25% chance to launch a baby ball when you pick up a gem. That is not bad. Increasing fire rate by 15%. Or strengthening my firewall. This can be beneficial. So these both take up a slot. There's only a chance to launch a baby ball. This definitely increases my fire rate. I'll take the fire rate. Oh, nice. Dynamic stage changes. Okay, here's our first boss fight. I see, so the bar on the right displays the stage bosses. That makes sense. Okay. What is this? Increases crit chance to 20% when hitting enemies in the front. I'll take that. Interesting. So we don't really see a health bar for the boss. Which I don't mind. That's fine. Some indication would be nice. Okay. I think I would prefer to have a visual identification when the boss's health is getting low. And the easiest way to solve this is literally just to make the boss go more into a reddish color, as many older games did. Evolution fuses certain combinations of fully upgraded balls into powerful new balls. Cool. Okay, evolution or fusion? Let's try evolution. The laser and ice. Ice or ice and fire. I feel like that laser and ice is a good combination, because if the laser also slows down enemies, even better. Freeze Ray emits a freeze ray when hitting an enemy, dealing damage to all enemies in its path with a 10% chance of freezing them for 10 seconds. Whoa! I'll take that. Ah. And this is also interesting. If you do a fusion, it frees up a space for your abilities. That's good. I like that. Ah, lightning. I'll take the lightning. fusion combines any two fully upgraded balls. Yeah, okay, we have heard of that. Let's do more fusion. Bleed or burn? Let's do the bleed. And combine it with burn. Bleed and burn. Nice. Okay. More move speed or more bonus fire rate or more bonus damage? I'll take the fire rate. Ow. Didn't pay attention. Okay. Earthquake. Damage deals damage to nearby units in a 3x3 tile. Sure. Neat. Okay, I just saw that. I just saw that the bigger units can also, when they die, become smaller units. Good. I have to say I want the music a little bit lower. Nice. I can definitely see that you will really like this game, Angie. Sure. Now we deal with a lot of arrows. Okay. Ow. Okay. Freeze. Crit chance. Ow. Okay, this now shows the problem. This now showed exactly the problem that when you ignore your health and just go for damage, you will suffer. I'm already unreasonably interested. I just can't watch closely because I'm on work. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I also like this overview of showing you exactly which ball did how much damage. Which is good because this gives you like an idea how useful is every specific how useful is each weapon, so to speak. We cannot build a boulder, which is weird because we build a boulder out of wood, which is strange, but okay. We can build another forest, which we should do. But we should also build another harvest here. Maybe multiple harvests for this? Because so far I see no use for money other than building those things. Right. Well, I certainly had better harvests. I assume we cannot harvest more than once. Yep. Which makes sense. We still have just one character, which is fine. And here you can also, interestingly enough, there's a co-op function, so you can play together with friends, which is nice. Ah yeah, the usual leaderboards that are, well, at this moment might not be cheated, but I would never, like, think that most people in leaderboards are like playing fair, so to speak. It's a downside of leaderboards, right? Okay, so we can have a horizontal laser. Increases crit chance to 30% when hitting enemies on the right side. Of course. The laser was a good experience. Something new. Balls deal 150% damage, but the damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. Minimum 50%. No. I will now go with the slingshot, because why not? Nice. Whoa! Brute, Mother, Diamond, Hilted, Dagger, Freeze. I'll take Freeze because Freeze is really useful. Also to notice, which is important to understand. So enemies can shoot at you, but you can kill the projectile by shooting at it yourself. So even if you shoot a baby ball at an incoming arrow, it destroys the arrow. Which I just noticed. Increases range at which you pick up items by 1.0 tiles. That's not bad. Exact. Damage explodes into 2 to 3 baby balls on hitting an enemy. Has 3 seconds cooldown before it can be shot again. Let's try it. That's what the demo is for. I haven't sped up the gameplay itself because at the moment I still feel like I'm learning the game. But we can look at it, how it looks like if you speed up. So this is sped up gameplay. And I understand why it exists in this game. It makes sense. But it certainly means also you need to get used to that first. Bleeding and laser. Do I want to fuse that? Sure, let's try it. Does, of course, exactly what you think it would do. But since the laser is hitting every enemy, this is extremely useful to create a lot of bleeding. Each time you are healed, Iron Ball deals double damage but moves 40% slower, increases crit damage when hitting enemies in the back. I'll take an additional... So I put it back on normal speed now. Let's upgrade this strange spider thingy ball. Decrease damage taken. Destroy 2 nearest enemies when you are hit from close range. or more ice? Ice at the moment. Okay. Reacher's Spear increases crit chance by 20% when hitting enemies in the same column as you. That's very specific. You can heal past your max health at 20% efficiency. You can heal past your max health at 20% efficiency. So 120, I see. I will try it out. Sheriff's Office unlocks a new character. Nice. Fusion, ice, and exact. Sure. Yep. Yep, no, it heals up to 120% max HP instead of 100. So basically it fuses those two together. Just talked about two different things, but yeah. It's basically overhealing, yes. It's not easy, I have to say. It's like, this is still the first level and it's already putting a lot of pressure on me. Which is... like, we are not even at the second boss. Ghost. Hit damage passes through enemies, which is a good thing. This is not easy. 10% chance to dodge incoming attacks. Hitting enemies from the front. I would say I keep going with the ghost ball. Boss fights are not easy because you still have to manage the normal ads while keep hitting the boss. So I would say, like, it's not gonna be that easy to deal with. Stone effigy. Every 7 to 12 rows spawns a stone soldier with 214 health on your side. Stone soldiers are immune to ball damage and move up the field, blocking and attacking enemies in the way. Interesting. Let's try that. This could be the end. Oof. And it's still my end. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I just managed hardly to kill the second boss. And then instantly die to mobs. Rip your life, yes. Pierces through boulders when harvesting. Increases harvest clock by 0.1 seconds each time you harvest wood. Up to 20 times per harvest. Huh, interesting. Both is interesting. Okay. You have unlocked housing blueprint. Building a house will unlock a new character. Cool. As far as I understand, this building has also the function to block the attack of my ball. You've unlocked a new character, the Itchy Finger. In other words, I have unlocked Angie. Offensive. Oosh, my fingers are only sometimes itchy. Nice. It worked out. Got everything. Yeah. But doesn't help so far. Oh, I'm reconnecting to my chat. Good job. I will make the assumption that we will unlock also additional new fields, because now the field is getting cramped. So let's see, what do we have here? Has scattered aim, but shoots twice as fast and constantly launches balls if any are available. Can move at full speed while shooting. That is pretty good. They can do a lot with this game, in all honesty. Okay. Poison ball. I'll take the poison ball. Poison the world. Neat. What is this? Bottled tornado. When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot 1 to 3 new baby balls in random directions. I would take this, but I have to say, like, I don't tend to pay attention when the ball is coming back and catch it. So I'm gonna go with the Brood Mother. Neat. Some good upgrades. Laser, magnet, or Brood Mother. The laser has proven itself to be very useful. Shoots 1 to baby balls each time you're healed. Let's upgrade poison. There's also a certain aspect of when to pick up these special rainbow balls, because you have more from it by picking up all XP before you're actually picking this up, because this has a tendency to upgrade your existing balls, and this is a double benefit. Woo! Pretty nice with the speed. Movement speed, ethereal cloak. I feel like the ethereal cloak is very good, since the balls go through the enemies. Fusion? Oh no, poison fire. I'll take it. Yeah, passes through enemies is always good. Jesus. Um... Kills me, kills me, kills me, kills me, potentially, maybe, I don't know. Balls deal 75% more damage after hitting the back of the field, otherwise damage is reduced by 40%. Ugh. Balls deal 20% bonus damage until they hit a wall. Take that. Yeah, that was not so good. I need something that heals. Gunsmith. All characters gain +1 bonus dexterity, affects fire rate, reload time and critical hit chance. Gunsmith as a building to build. We have 3 fusions available. What is this? Let's see how that works out. That is brutal. Brute Mother and Laser. That is quite brutal. Did someone say bleed damage? I'll take that. I would also have something to heal me. Okay. Midnight Oil. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire and deal bonus damage on the next hit. That sounds good in text, but it only affects the next hit, which is not that good. Running for the XP. Rawr. Increases area effect damage by 20%, such as earthquake, lasers, and lightning. We do have a laser. Baby Rattle. Gain 1.5 times baby balls, but your aim becomes scattered. I mean, this character's aim is already scattered. That doesn't make a difference. Increase crit chance when hitting enemies in the same column as you. I would say going to increase this. We might die here. Yeah, we're going to die. That's too bad. That is indeed too bad, because it actually went on quite well. But yeah, I understand we had underwhelming damage. Maybe I shouldn't have fused the lasers with the Brood Mother, because I think it took the Brood Mother before the laser, in the sense the Brood Mother must do its thing before it spawns the laser, and because this thing has a cooldown, it reduced actually my damage output. I wouldn't be surprised. Build. Let's build this, because we can. Scaffold placed. Send workers to bounce on the scaffold to complete the building. Cool. Cannot build another boulder, but we can build some more forest, which I'm going to place down here. And now we are going to harvest, which is gonna be an interesting experiment to see. Let's see. Well, it didn't achieve all of it, but it built the house, which is good. I had to hit it twice, actually. That's a very interesting creative way of doing base building. Most buildings can be upgraded to improve their bonuses. Hold left trigger to highlight them and press A over them to open the upgrade menu. Aha, I see. Okay. Yeah, it makes no sense that this is upgradable. Yeah, but each field is also upgradable, which of course makes sense. Okay. Get it. Let's do one more round. Or War Horn. All baby balls deal 20% more damage. Damage decreased and 20% when hitting enemies in the same column as you. Let's go with the War Horn. Why not? Okay. Here's my vampire, which I'm going to take this time. Two nearest enemies when you are hit from close range. Is not gonna be that good. Let's increase the war harm. More vampirism? Yes. Well, I hope I get some ghost ball or something like that, because shooting my damage through everything is always useful. Speaking of course the laser is also good, but let's first go with the ghost ball, because that is a massive damage increase. Or should I say a DPS increase, if anything. Ow. Laser, earthquake, lightning, which we none have all of them. I would say we take the increased fire rate. Nice. Chef raid incoming in 5 minutes. Prepare your booties. Earthquake. Well, let's take it. Now it's gonna get interesting, because now I have to concentrate on the boss itself, but at the same time I cannot ignore the mobs. Fire damage, more earthquake damage. Shoot baby balls each time you are healed, in conjunction with our vampirism. That is pretty neat. Yep. That is a lovely synergy. Very good. More damage through the ghost ball? Don't mind if I do. Haunted house unlocks a new character. Gain more baby balls, but your aim becomes scattered. Uh, don't mind if I do. Oh! This was the first time a healing potion dropped. More earthquake, please. Okay. Nice. Good upgrades. More ghost ball, please. Okay, we have an evolution and 3 fusions. Sure, ghost and vampire ball fusion. Also, we are about to go into an Edinburgh. I think it could also be off by a minute or more. Soul Sucker. Okay. It has begun, and so I will wait. Which is good, actually. I will take this opportunity for a toilet break. Perfect. Nice. Be right back. think I'm gonna have to try this demo tonight. I can, if I can finish my chores. Also, go home time now. Be back in a little while. Safe and sound travel, Angie, if you're still here. Hear this. Also, welcome back, chat. You survived the raid. Good job. Let's continue with a new special ball. Balls to the wall. Oh yeah. This of course is the wasting. This is funny because it's the wasting, because it synergizes with my other ability, which produces far more balls. Good morning, it's 2 AM. Good evening, it's 8:30 in the evening. But yeah, I know it's pretty early for you, Coffee. I actually will take this. More of this, please. Nice. All characters gain +1 bonus endurance. Affects your max health. Nice. Okay, cool. This is like Tetris. No, I am on vacation. That is good. Let's combine that. Magma emits lava blobs over time. Enemies who walk into lava blobs are dealt damage and gain a stack of burn. Burn lasts, dealing damage. This ball and its lava blobs also deal damage to the nearby units. Okay, cool. Did someone say poison? Let's put down some effects. Harvest, Miska, shooting, pickup. Pickup is mostly okay, but I will take it down a little bit. This, a little bit down. And this. Yeah, this is fine. Ba, 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 ba. Good. This is ominous. Holy. Okay. It's Dark Souls all over again. I see. My. That is a weird upgrade. I'll take the wood. Oh, hi. Yeah, okay. Nice? I guess. Interesting choice. Okay. I see. Now it's a bullet hell game. Really annoying. Jesus. It's not annoying at all. Dodging those arrows is really difficult. The side arrows. Nice! I didn't expect to actually kill this boss. Boneyard Trophy. Gain 0.05 status effect power for each character you've completed the Bone X Yard with. Each fast tier completed on top of that adds an additional bonus to the character. Okay, so you can also do speed runs, which makes sense. One more until next life upgrade unlocked. Okay. I also like, as we just saw, this level took 25 minutes to finish, which is a good time frame when you make a game like these, because it means like someone can literally just sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna do a half an hour session. On top of that, you can speed up the game, of course, which means this could turn into a 15-minute match. So that is also very considerate of the devs, because some people make games and then they go like, yeah, you have to play for an hour plus, and then you might lose everything if you make one mistake. Increase movement speed while harvesting by 20%. Increase the range at which wheat is collected. I will take the harvest speed. Housing has gained an ability. Drop 1 bonus gold for every 10 enemies killed in a level. That is also cool, that existing things that you can build can be upgraded for additional bonuses. I like that. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the magma ball did a ton of damage. But the best part was really to get the vampiric ball and the ghost ball and then fuse them together. Like, that was pretty brutal. Especially if you combine it with the ability that when you heal, you basically cause more balls to appear. Like, that was such a good synergy. Damn, son. There's a lot of resources. Which we cannot... This I cannot build yet. Clinic. +1 bonus endurance. Okay. And then the housing unlocks a new character. I feel like I want to unlock first the character before I do anything else. So we're going to place that there. But I also feel like we want to build the clinic, which I'm going to put there. And we cannot build another boulder, which is kind of sad, but okay. Do we still have space for anything else? No. Okay. Harvest time. Yeah, now is a good question how I do this. I guess I do it like that. Okay. Wasn't enough to actually build these. Maybe this is built or is still built? This doesn't seem to be. Yeah, okay, so this needs 4 and this needs 6. That makes sense. So I guess when you do the building stuff and you want to make sure that your buildings are being built as fast as possible, it's probably a good idea to rearrange it and send the workers in a specific way so they have to hit the building multiple times, which makes sense. Okay. You can upgrade this with 4. Okay. Let's upgrade it. And also upgrade this. These just cost money. I'm just doing this because I can, which makes sense. Okay. So overview over everything. By the way, your stream is not weird. That is a CRT effect on the game. Okay, and here's the many stats. Many stats. This is also good because it gives you like an overview how effective each of them are. Nice. Information about the enemies. Health scale. Yeah. Wow. 20. Okay, I mean, this is basically a boss. 6. Also 20. Skeleton King has no health scaling. Interesting. I wonder if this boss, this end boss in the first level, has no health scaling because it is not based on health. It's just a timed boss. There's a possibility for that. It might use damage as an indicator if it should push its time scale. I don't know. It's just an idea. Well, regardless, I really like this game, and yes, I'm extremely interested to buy this game. But this game has yet, as far as I know, not a specific release date except 2025? Let me check on that. No, it doesn't even have a release date or an estimate. So, yes. Let me give you the URL because I feel like that is good. So if you're interested in this game, you also can, at this moment, basically download the demo and try it out if you have Steam. And try it out. I mean, it's free. You can play it, and I guess they give you an entire level to try out and 3 characters, which is really great. Strangely enough, it's interesting because it says to be announced, but strangely enough, oh no, that is the release date of the demo, that's why. Ah, okay, my bad. Ignore what I just said. So yes, the game is on to be announced, so there's no way to know if they are going to release this year or next year. But in all honesty, this is fine by me, because I also saw the video they made for Summer Game Fest, and the definitely has good people behind it. There's good humor in it, in the devs there, and it shows they put a lot of thought and ideas into this game. And they can do a lot with this. I mean, they can put this out and extend on the existing framework with additional content, additional features. Maybe they even consider to make it moddable, which would make it even more accessible and more interesting, because like modding is in almost all cases for most games a good idea, because it increases the lifetime of the game tremendously. And if you don't believe this, then you have never heard of Minecraft or Terraria or Starbound and so on. And any Souls game that has no official mod support, yet people mod the hell out of those games. And even these days you can play Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and still have an active multiplayer PvP part of the game still going on to this day, actively strong. So yeah, I like this game. I personally will buy this game. There must be something really wrong going on for me to not want to buy this game. But yeah. What do you think about the game? You have to decide for yourself based on what you have seen here, or you try it out yourself. Regardless,